What's up guys, Dr. Jorge Contreras here at CrossFit Currahee with my friend Todd Wise here. He's going to help me demonstrate an exercise today, and that is the Sumo Stance Zercher Squat. So we're going to walk up here. We already have our bar set up so it's a little bit higher than his hips height. So you can go ahead and drop underneath it with tension, and he's going to hook it right at his elbows, pick it up, step back. In this position here, he's already contracted his back. He's staying nice and upright, holding that bar steady. Go ahead and widen out your stance now to that sumo set. So we go with the sumo stance extremely wide here, and also going to flare out the toes a little more excessively than we would in a standard squat. From that position, he's going to lower down, trying to keep his shins very vertical, and also tracking out over his second toe here. So from that position, he also has his thoracic spine really nice and upright, and that's what we're looking for. We don't want to fall forward, especially with that weight in that front back position. As he comes back up, he drives straight through his hips, really pushing out, trying to separate the ground as he does that. So another thing that we're also looking at is that as he keeps this really stable, he's also going to be working on this region as well as his hips. Now, if he wants to make that a little bit more difficult, more challenging, he can go ahead and separate his hands. That's going to place his shoulder into external rotation, which is also going to make a little more emphasis demands for his scapula, his shoulder blade to hold stable. So in that position, go ahead and lower again, Todd. And again, we see how he stays really nice and upright. He's holding strong all throughout here, while at the same time gaining a lot of mobility in his hips as he comes back up. And again, as we notice, as the weight is in front here, it's going to be pulling his weight, his body forward, so it's going to put a lot more stress on the hips to want to open up, and at the same time it's going to require him to have to hold steady from his core. So it's going to be really important that as you're doing this, that you really take a big breath in, stabilize, try and create 360 degrees of tension all throughout this region as you go through that. Once he has that set, you can go ahead and re-rack it back. He places it down. Now, always start out just an empty bar, get a feel for that. You might not break the plane of parallel like he did the very first time, but that should be your goal to work on. We don't want to just drop all the way ass to grass just because you can't. You want to maintain that tension, so staying really upright and keeping your hips back at the same time. As far as weight amounts, I usually recommend 50% of your front rack, of your front squat. So if you can do 200 pounds, do 100 pounds, and try and get that number up to about that same amount as your normal front squat. This is a great accessory exercise to do after your deadlifts, or especially if you're someone who pulls sumo, or if you really want to work on strength at the bottom hole and really getting your way out of it. Thanks.